When you get something stuck in your vibrational craw, and that's what a belief is, and sometimes the beliefs that are stuck in your vibrational craw serve you, and sometimes they don't. Expectation is the most powerful word relative to deliberate creating that we can find, because your expectation amplifies your desire, but really amplifies the vibration and where it is in relationship to the desire. When you want this, and you really want it, but you expect the opposite of it, it's a more active thing in your experience. But your expectation always wins, always wins, always wins. We're going to talk a lot today about this vibrational reality, about this vortex of creation. And we really want to emphasize the way law of attraction gathers all cooperative components of everything that you've been asking for. Immediately, all of the things that you want, that you've been wanting for a while, have already assembled. And all that's necessary is for you to get into this vortex, up to speed with this vibration, where you will then see the clear path. Then you will then have the rendezvous. You will then have access to the immediate manifestation of what you've been asking for. But as long as you're outside the vortex, then you're banging around, doing it the hard way, trying to make things happen through words and action, without the experience of this cooperative universe. This is the energy that creates worlds. It's really worth syncing up with, you see. You have to train your expectation to match your desire, instead of letting circumstances train your expectation. In other words, you must let your desire train your expectation. You must let what you want about a subject train your expectation. In other words, your expectation, what it really is, since every subject is two subjects, like a long stick, with wanted on one end and the absence of wanted on the other. Whenever you activate a subject, your expectation, all it is whichever end of that stick you've practiced the most, you see. So you change your expectation by having some experiences which cause you to know what you don't want, so you know what you do want. But the funny thing about expectation, if you just let life as it comes to you give you a sort of knee-jerk response, then life trains your expectation. Then what is trains your expectation. You have an employee who doesn't seem to be trying very hard or can't remember things that you want them to remember, and you notice that, you let them train your expectation, and then you can't evoke anything different. And many would say, well, I really don't think it's my job to evoke anything different. I think it's their job to be the way they should be. And we say, but how's anybody going to know how they're supposed to be with the billions of people with whom they might just interact? Would you like to put a course on the internet to the world? This is the way I want you to be when you meet me. I might run into you someday in traffic or at the airport. This is my picture. When you meet me, these are my rules. It's not very logical. You can't even get your kids to respond to that, can you? And so what you want to do is get your expectation of people in general, of life in general, of hotels in general, of hotels who are bringing breakfast to your room. You have to get your expectation somewhere in the vicinity of your desire. You cannot let what is be the reason for your expectation. And that's what we mean by being in the vortex. It means to be physically focused, to be managing your contrast in such a way that you can have closed this gap and be offering only one vibration, the vibration that connects with everything that you are and everything that you've asked for, with an absence of resistance happening. That's what being in the vortex is. Do you know that almost all of politics is outside the vortex? All religion is outside the vortex. You go to a family reunion, it's outside the vortex, outside the vortex, outside the vortex. Well, what can we do about this? And how can we fix that? And what's wrong with that? And well, that happened way back then. And do you remember when that happened? And I saw that coming. And what did she say about it? And what did he say about it? Well, you know, it was her first husband that started that. Before you just kill me now, you can never ever sort that stuff out. But all of that contrasting stuff, all of it is the fodder that helps you to ask and ask and ask and ask. And when you have the clarity to say, I don't need to stir it up. Esther will say to Jerry, I just want to talk about this just a little more, just for a point of clarity. And Jerry will say, please let clarity come soon. Because he clearly wanted to get in the vortex 20 minutes ago. He doesn't see the point of trying to sort it out anymore. In other words, you only have one thing to do. Once you feel some negative emotion, just stop and say to yourself, I know what I don't want. What is it that I do want? And then do anything and everything you can to get in the vortex. And once in there, the manifestations will be your indicators of your shift in vibration. And that is your reason for being. And that's what the art of allowing is. Allowing is allowing myself, by virtue of the thoughts I'm choosing, to be a vibrational match to the furthermost expanded part of me. Allowing myself to be up to speed with who I have become. Every time life helps you to know what you don't want, you put forth a request of what you do want. And this is the important part for you to understand. You expand. The larger part of you becomes it. Immediately. That's why when we say, ask and it is given, we're not kidding even a little bit. But our physical friends sometimes, in fact often say, that can't be true because I know I've been asking. I wrote it in big letters. I know I've been asking. Don't give me this ask and it is given stuff, because I'm asking, where is it? Where is it? I ask, where is it? I ask, where is it? And we say, you're not asking with your words, you're not asking with your notes, you're not asking with your laws, you're asking with your vibration, and you got to line up with it. You have to learn how to allow yourself to be in vibrational sync with what you're asking for. And when that expectation clicks into place, you'll know it, because the manifestations of everything that you're asking for click into place too. Today, I looked at someone and I felt such appreciation for them. I really enjoy feeling love. When I'm in the vortex, I feel satisfied. I like being in the vortex because things feel clearer. When I'm in the vortex, I feel clear-minded. I feel sort of elated. When I'm in the vortex, it's like my heart is singing. When I'm in the vortex, I feel satisfied. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ease. When I'm in the vortex, I feel sort of energized. When I'm in the vortex, I feel like doing stuff. When I'm in the vortex, my body feels good. When I'm in the vortex, I like taking a walk. When I'm in a vortex, my dog licks my face. When I'm in the vortex, I feel good. When I'm in the vortex, food tastes good. I like being in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I know my power. When I'm in the vortex, I feel more sure about things. When I'm in the vortex, I know my own goodness. When I'm in the vortex, I just feel good about me. When I'm in the vortex, I trust that things are going to go well. When I'm in the vortex, I feel optimistic about things. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ready for more. When I'm in the vortex, I feel like I can do about anything. When I'm in the vortex, I feel more sure of myself. When I'm in the vortex, I let people off the hook more. When I'm in the vortex, good things happen to me. When I'm in the vortex, I can feel I'm in the flow. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ease about life. When I'm in the vortex, it's like the universe cooperates with me. When I'm in the vortex, I know my goodness because it sort of surrounds me. When I'm in the vortex, the universe gives me evidence that I'm in there, not as a reward, but as a consequence of my alignment with who I am. When I'm in the vortex, the indicators that surround me in conversations and in my own emotions and in outright manifestations, they represent my being in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I like being in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, it seems easy to stay there. When I'm in the vortex, I want never to leave. When I'm in the vortex, it feels natural and normal to contemplate creation. When I'm in the vortex, I feel unlimited. When I'm in the vortex, I'm glad for all I've lived and what I've put in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I have clear view of what I've put here. When I'm in the vortex, I feel satisfied about my life. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ready to go and do more. When I'm in the vortex, I love my life. When I'm in the vortex, I love me. When I'm in the vortex, I love the people who help me put stuff in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I do better financially. When I'm in the vortex, I leverage time and effort in a better way. When I'm in the vortex, things line up for me better. When I'm in the vortex, it's like time slows down and satisfaction speeds up. When I'm in the vortex, I savor more. When I'm in the vortex, I sit and contemplate and my thoughts are pleasing to me. When I'm in the vortex, sometimes I just ponder just for the satisfaction of pondering that thought. When I'm in the vortex, it's like I only have access to the memories that are pleasing and to the current environment that is pleasing. When I'm in the vortex, I can feel that the whole of me is integrated with the source that is me, and I know my power and my well-being, and I sort of want to shout it from the rooftops. I want to say, bring it on, world, because I can handle it. I want to say, whatever it is, I'm up for it. I want to say, I signed on for sifting through contrast, and I'm good at it. I want to say, I know how to direct my thought. I've trained myself there. I'm really good at what I do. I'm a powerful focuser. I have been for a long time. I love to focus upon good feeling thoughts. I love to focus myself into alignment. I love being in the vortex. I love who I am. I love this experience of creation. I love the source energy part of me and lining up with it. I love the fact that I was willing to depart from source a bit to stir things up. I love how much I stirred up. I love how much I put there. I love the power of my desire. I think it's my time, Abraham. I think it's time. I think I've paid the price of contrast, and I think I've put plenty there. And I think I'm willing to let go of the resistant aspects of my life experience. I think I'm ready to just start trusting the laws of the universe and really putting this vortex thing to a test. I'm going to stop struggling and striving, and I'm going to let my undivided attention go toward whatever it takes for me to get into the vortex. I love you, Abraham, and what you represent. I love the clarity that you have brought to me and the understanding that I have garnered for myself. I'm appreciative of all of the people who have sort of prodded me into expansion, and I am eager to come into full and constant alignment with that expansion. I acknowledge, Abraham, that I've spent time outside the vortex, and I'm happy that you remind me that everybody does. I acknowledge, Abraham, that I know the difference between alignment and not. You have given me many processes that have helped me know, and I have found myself feeling relief on occasion, but not really very often. I've been more in the vortex in this last 5 minutes that you've been rampaging to me once I finally stopped struggling and allowed you to have your way with me. I've been longer in the vortex just now than I have been for a very long time. And I'm beginning to feel the soothing of being in that vortex. I am beginning to understand the love that you have for me and the love that Source has for me. And I'm beginning to get that taste in my mouth of victory in terms of the things that I've been asking for. I want to announce to everyone listening, to the entire universe who is vibrationally out there somewhere, picking up on pieces of this in some way, I want to announce to everything and everyone who exists that I here now proclaim my determination to release my resistance once and for all. I give up. I give up. I give up. I give up. I give up my control of the uncontrollable. I give up my determination to make things better for others. I give up my attention to things that bother me. I give up my trying so hard. I give up my struggle. I give up my confounding confusion. I give up my excuse for negative emotion. I'm giving up my excuses. I'm giving up my statements of what is not working. I'm giving up. I'm yielding, Abraham. I'm yielding to the truths and to the laws that you've been speaking to me. What I've been doing has been halfway, even though I've been wanting to do it all the way. I've given it more effort than anybody that you know. In all of the people that you have been teaching, I've given it more effort. And in my struggle from outside the vortex, I have not managed what I want. And so now I see the light a little bit, Abraham. I see why you began depicting a vortex as a vivid reality with a line that I could cross. I'm beginning to understand that your request for me to get into the vortex is the only thing that will ever work for me. I have to let go of all of those pieces, because in my interaction with all of those pieces, I just hold myself out and hold myself out and hold myself out. And my frustration is huge when I hold myself out, as I'm trying to explain, but I'm only out because of this.